Hi, everyone, and welcome to our webinar. In this session, we'll explore the hottest trends in our course store, focusing on HR, safety, and compliance collection, including harassment, D&I, local labor laws, and OSHA. So join us today to discuss the latest training trends and discover how our tailored course bundles can help you deliver top-notch e-learning to your workforce, perfectly suited to your business needs. And now the introductions. My name is Irini and I'm a customer enablement consultant, but I'm not alone here today. I'm alongside with my good colleague, Elena.
Hello, everyone. This is Elena. I'm a member of the TalentLMS Content Library team, and I'm here today to share information that will hopefully give you an understanding of what is available on our course store and how getting access to content works.
Thank you, Elena. And before we get started, just to mention a couple of things. First of all, the webinar is recorded, so you will all receive the recording once it's over. So keep an eye on your mailbox. And of course, a live Q&A will follow. So you can ask your questions. You can use the Q&A button in the meeting control panel to send us your questions. And of course, you can also ask anonymously, but we'd love to know your name so you can have a direct conversation with you. Now, let's review our agenda for today. Elena will help you discover the most popular and high-rated courses in TalentLMS that have consistently received positive feedback from users. Then I will take over demonstrating how to access the course store and add the courses in your training platform. And then once more back to Elena, who will share more details on our course bundle curation service and how it can be tailored according to your needs. And of course, as we mentioned, the live Q&A will follow. We'll focus on your questions live at the end. However, during the session, our own Theo will be answering questions as well in the background. And with that said, I will pass the mic to Elena so we can start the discussion with the fan favorite courses in TalentLMS. Elena, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Irini. Hi again, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. We understand that training content is a crucial part of empowering employees and most likely an important element for your LMS. For us, it's a tool to increase the value of our product and ultimately offer you a one-stop shop experience. Therefore, we have expanded the ready-made course options, aiming to cover most, if not all, your training needs. TalentLMS now supports both standard training and specialized regulatory training. How? With Talent Library, our collection of more than 950 ready-made courses for an immediate rollout, enabling you to foster a learning and development environment. And now with new flexible options on authorized content from trusted vendors on compliance topics and not only. By combining Talent Library with third-party compliance courses, TalentLMS offers a robust approach to organizational training. This combination not only enhances the skill set of your workforce, but also ensures that they operate within the bounds of industry or regional regulations, making it an ideal solution for businesses looking for effective and compliant training course options. Now, courses, high in demand, top sellers, combinations. We are delighted to introduce our most popular courses from the course store. The highest in demand and highly rated topics are from the HR compliance, health and safety, and technology categories. So let's dig into these, starting with harassment prevention. Employers are required to provide harassment prevention training to employees in California, Illinois, New York, and several other states. Also, many countries around the world, including Canada and India, require harassment prevention training. So we noticed a pattern and we wanted to share with you. Most popular courses combined with mandated harassment training are very recently around workplace violence prevention. With it being required in California, demand for the general version has also increased. Bystander intervention, an important concept on the responsibility of individuals to intervene in situations where someone is being harmed or at risk of harm, and with it being mandated in Chicago, demand expands across USA as well. And lastly, for this category, code of conduct. Code of conduct teaches employees how to recognize and respond to potentially unethical or illegal situations that can harm an organization's reputation. But let's move on to safety, besides prevention of harassment. So employers are responsible for providing their employees with a workplace free from known hazards. Training is an essential part of this responsibility and helps to protect workers from injuries. Employers are also required to ensure the employee's safety training meets OSHA's requirements. The most popular courses for the general office are office safety, a course to make learners aware of health and safety hazards that they may face when working in an office. Fire preparedness, self-explanatory here. First aid fundamentals, a course on a first aid provider's responsibilities and on the legal and ethical issues related to acting as a first aid provider. It's not a 100% first aid course because that requires in-person training as well. Then electrical safety general awareness, a course on basic safety controls and practices at work, hazards on the job, and how to respond to emergencies. And lastly, slips, trips, and falls, a course on housekeeping practices and personal behaviors that can eliminate and prevent slip, trip, and fall hazards. And for the end, our last popular category is computer skills. Starting with Excel, of course, the most useful and powerful tool from the Office suite and subsequently most popular compared to any other course. Now, a few suggestions on your screen based on popularity for professionals looking to enhance their abilities on data analysis and advanced spreadsheet functionality. The rest of the courses on Microsoft Outlook, PowerPoint, and Word are, I think, anyways, among the most popular desktop applications in the world. So combining Excel with these gives learners a complete set of essential skills for any job. Learning these tools will make learners more effective and valuable team members, of course, given that you use the Microsoft Suite at your organization. But now you might be wondering how to access all these courses that I just mentioned. And we do have a few options here to allow for flexibility according to your needs. But Irini, if you don't mind, let's start with the first option related to individual courses. So could you show us the course store page, please?
Definitely. So for this, I'm going to open up my portal. So I'm just going to bring that here and make it a little bit bigger for you all to see. So as you all know, in order to access the course store, we need to log in the system as an admin. And once we do that, then we're going to click course store here and then other course providers. Now, from this page, you can see that we have a long list of courses from our providers, and we have created here categories based on the topics and the collections that you can find. So you can click on a category and filter, let's say, from this long list. And we also have another category here, let's say, where you can search and filter based on a provider. So you can either search by topic or by provider. And of course, there's also another button here, the rating button, that will allow you to sort out courses based on the rating. But of course, you can also change that by name, date, or price. So let's see how we can get a course. And let's say that I'm interested about the HR compliance, which is one of the fun favorites. And nothing has changed much, to be honest. As I can see that the first courses in here also belong in this category. But let's say that this is the course I'm looking for. So I'm just going to click it. And on the page that opens, we can see the course info page. From here, like any learner would do, you will find the title, the rating of this course, the description, then moving on into the content section where you can see the list of units that your learners should complete. And of course, the section of completion rules, where all the completion rules of this course are present here. And of course, there's also another link that will allow you to explore more courses from that third-party provider. Now, let's say that this is the course I'm looking for. So I'm just going to click Get this course. And of course, on this pop-up window, I need to fill in my details so I can purchase the course. But what about the licenses here that we see? So when we purchase a course, we have an indication of the number of licenses that we need, that we own. So there's not any restrictions for the instructors, but there are restrictions for the learners. The times that you can assign basically the licenses are the times that you can assign the course to a different learner. When you assign the courses to a user, one of your licenses is considered as reserved, and the number of remaining licenses decreases by 1. When the user successfully completes the course or fails it, the user does not complete the course. When the user successfully completes the course or fails it, that license is considered as consumed and cannot be reused. And of course, if for some reason you will remove the user from this course, that license will be added back to your available licenses, and it can be reused by any other user. Now, if you click on this info button, you can see that there's a tier volume discount according to the licenses that you will purchase. Then you fill in your card number and the expiration dates, click buy licenses, and that's it. The course has been added in your course store. And how does it look like in your course store? Well, I'm going in your course catalog. Well, I'm going back with the home button, and I'm just going to click on the courses button to access my entire course list. And I'm going to sort out by last update. So you can see that there's a course that I have purchased, and in here you can see the number of licenses that I have left. Now, what I just demonstrated, as Elena said, is for one course requirement. If you need more than one course, please contact us so we can then set up a call with Elena since there are course or user volume discounts. And with that said, I think that, Elena, are you ready to share with us what is the course bundle curation service?
Thank you, Irini. And exactly, I was just going to say also that you might be wondering what happens when you need more than one course or you don't really know what you need and you need some guidance. Well, we can help you out with the very recently introduced options. First of all, we offer a curation service. You can have a personalized consultation call where we will listen to your goals, ask a few questions, and come up with the best solution based on what is available by TalentLMS content. How can you arrange this? You can reach out to the email address that we will share at the end of the webinar. Or, of course, if you have an account manager or you are currently in contact with our sales team, you can reach out to them, and then we will take it from there. Now, bundles. When you need to cater to specific needs and get a curated set of courses to your learners, bundles allow for a discounted rate and the convenience of having a small selection of courses custom to your exact needs. If you're looking to solve specific regional mandated compliance training, or you generally may need only a small number of courses. And lastly, if you're looking to perhaps combine soft skills with compliance training, Talent Library in combination with a bundle will work wonders for you. Now, benefits to look into TalentLMS content and explore the available options. As mentioned, acting as a gateway to options, we have, Irene, if you could go to the next slide where my bullet points are, thank you. So we have flexible pricing packages. So you can get a single course off the course store using our self-service purchase option. You can get a custom bundle discounted based on volume that we can curate together. And a third option that we didn't get into today, you can also get annual access to the whole library of any third-party content vendor from the course store. And lastly, there is no restriction tied to your user plan. You can purchase content on demand at the time that you need it and for the number of users that you need, regardless of the subscription plan you are on. So that was it from me.
And with that said, I will jump in just to mention here that if you're interested in taking a closer look, like you see on our slide, if you want to explore the third-party providers and explore the courses, you can get in contact with us by sending us an email to success@talentlms.com, so we can set up a 7-day trial or a curation call alongside with Elena, so you can discuss about the bundles that you may need to set up in your system. And I think that it's time to get into our Q&A, Elena. What do you say? And
Sure, of
I
course.
have our own very first question coming from an anonymous attendee, and most probably they mention, they ask basically, so each individual we wanted to take the course, it would cost $25 per person. So I guess they're talking about the course. I demonstrated how to purchase it. Can you explain us a little bit more how this purchase would work as an example, Elena?
Yes, of course. The price point, that $25 per person, would act for, you would need to pay that fee if you were looking to purchase only very few licenses. To be exact, less than 10. From 10 and over licenses, a tiered discount comes in place that you can review directly through the info section. So right there, you can see anywhere from 11 to 20 licenses. We start with a 10% discount and move up to 50% discount. And that is when you need a single course and you wish to purchase directly from the course store. But if you're interested in pricing for an increased volume of learners that would be more than 1 or 200, or interested in more than one course, 2 and over, then you can reach out to us, and there's a discounted pricing based on volume.
Thank you, Elena. Now, let's jump into more questions. Thank you, Thea, for answering all the questions here in the background. So I'm starting with another question, again, from an anonymous attendee. I'm using the Plus version, but I cannot see the third provider anywhere. The reason why you don't see the third provider in the beta version yet is because it's not available yet. TalentLMS Plus is still in a beta version. We're still developing the portal, so it's not available yet, but definitely will come soon. However, you can still change into the legacy version and access the course store, purchase the licenses of your courses, and then if you are working on the beta environment, your learners can still have access. You can still assign those courses to your learners and have access to these courses from the TalentLMS Plus environment. Now, another question, and this is for you, Elena. It's coming from a user, for Maria. Is there any specific preparation that I need to do before the curation call?
A good question. Yeah, sure, of course. We would need to understand information about your employees who will undergo training, their job roles, their departments, and of course, your training objectives, any specific skills you're aiming for, and here tied with the skills, any specific topics that you may know that you need. And you were more than welcome to give us examples with specific course titles that you may have found or may are currently already using. Now, for the regulatory requirements, if you have any industry-specific compliance needs, all your locations, and the specific topics you need to cover. And lastly, the available budget for your training, if it is known to you, would also be helpful.
Thank you, Elena. Another question from an anonymous attendee. What happens when the course needs to be renewed?
Thank you, Irini. I'll take that one as well. Well, if you need to reassign the course to the same learner, then you would also need to renew your licenses. So you would need to repurchase a bundle.
Great. And moving on into another question coming from Nick. How can I purchase talent library courses? Very interesting question. So let me demonstrate that since I already have my portal open. Again, you will need to log in as an admin and access the course store. By the time you access the course store, the first tab that you see is the Talent Library tab. And again, we have our own collections here with the different topics, different collections of courses that we have. And of course, you can expand, so you can also check the subcategories if you're interested of something really specific. Now, once you're done, you can either select, let's go with this category. You can either select a category and click the Get All button so you can add the entire collection in your portal. I have all of them. Or if you're interested of just standalone courses, you can click the Get This Course button, and this course will be added in your own course catalog page, in your own course catalog, sorry. Now, a few tips. When the Talent Library courses are added on your course catalog, so let's say that I'm adding this one here. If I go back, the course by default will be hidden from the course catalog. So what we need to do, this is the course that I just added. Going into the course info page, the setting page, you see that this box has been checked. This will give you the opportunity to assign the courses to users, to add it in groups or in branches if you're working with groups or branches, to customize the course setting page, like adding your own category, your own description, adding your own course codes, and maybe adding some time options. And why not a certificate? The Talent Library courses come without a certificate. And this will also give you more time to go to the course content and add your own course completion rules from the rules and path. And why not enrich the content with your own units as well by start adding the units in this page. So keep in mind that by default there will be hidden, but if you want to go right away with the courses and assign it to the users, make sure that you will uncheck this button. Now, another question for Elena, I think. It's coming from an anonymous attendee again, and they're asking about the languages on the course store.
Okay, I will answer that, Irini. And just to let you know, I picked another question as well. I'm not sure you ever saw it. So I'll answer two questions.
Okay.
So at the moment, we have very few courses available in other languages. However, some of our partners do have subtitles in English, in the English versions of the courses. Also, some of our partners do have versions of their content in Spanish and French, but these are not published on the store at the moment, at least. But we could make these available on demand for you. So please reach out to us with your specific language needs, and we will let you know what is available. And if it's a match, we can make them public very soon based on your timing, so you can utilize the courses. Also, we have recently partnered with a content provider who has business skills topics in French and German. So once these courses are available on the course store, we will be sending out a newsletter to keep you informed, and this will happen very soon. Now, the other question that I picked was, can you review the course before purchase to ensure this material meets your needs? Yes, indeed. There is a 7-day trial for up to 5 courses of your selection. All you would need to do is reach out to us at the email address that you will see later on your screens. And another question on the licenses. I'm so sorry, Irini. Will the licenses expire if they're not used? Can you transfer the licenses to a different course if not used? Well, licenses have their own life as well. They are valid for a year, but you wouldn't be able to swap to another course if you didn't use the title that you initially purchased. That was it. I'll stop now.
Great. But I have two more questions for you. Basically one, because also basically two questions. The first one is, can we resell the third-party courses?
The answer here is no.
Okay. And okay, as I can see, there's another duplicate question of how can somebody become a partner?
Mhm.
This has already been answered. Okay, let me check what other type of questions do we have. There's also an interesting question about notifications, if we can send notifications to users when we are assigning talent library courses. Yes, definitely. This is something that you can set up. The fact that you're adding talent library courses doesn't mean that the notifications will not work. But again, this is something that the administrator needs to set up in advance. So they will need to log in into the system and go to the events ending and click add notification. Now, there is a list of events that you can select from depending on what type of notification you want to set up. When it comes into course assignments, you can type in assignment and see all the notifications related to that. So you can either go with this version on course assignment that will basically notify the learner by the time the course has been assigned to the user, or there's another event related to courses, X hours. Let me find that really quick. X hours after course acquisition, where you can basically set up a notification that will inform the learner about the assignment X hours after this has been assigned to them. Of course, you will select the recipient. In this case, it's the related user. If we go with this example, we will also define the hours, and then in the body area, you will build the template of that notification that will go through to all users that have been assigned that course. And if you want to, you can also include the smart tags of the course name. So you can have, a global, let's say, notification for the entire portal, and then this smart tag will populate the course name every time that you assign a course into a user. And I think, Elena, that's a wrap. So I don't see any further questions. I'm pretty sure, however, that you will have more as we're moving towards to the end of this session. So if you have more questions, or if you want to contact us about the 7 trial or the curation call, feel free to send us an email to success@talentlms.com and we will get back to you. And of course, we're very excited to see your comments. So feel free to do so by following the link posted in the chat below by Theo. And I see that there was a really quick question that Theo just answered just now. So thank you, Theo, for that. So with that said, thank you, Elena, for being here with us.
Thank you for the invite, and thank you everyone for joining today.
And of course, thank you, Theo, for being in the background answering questions like Flash Gordon. And until the next webinar, happy training.